Welcome back, students. In this video, we're going to cover the second half, or part 2 of Station 4, Circle Theorems from the Geometry EOC BootCamp from 2026. So we're on page 13 of this packet. Got number 11 at the top. I'm just going to get right into it. So quadrilateral ABCD is inscribed in a circle. Okay, I was like, yeah, there's no middle. All right, find N and the measures of angle C and D. So this guy, and then N. All right, so something about inscribed polygons in this case. So basically the angles that are directly across from each other, like, you know, top left, bottom right, that way. These guys are 180. The whole thing's 360, just like the circle would be, but you're opposite sides. So this one, we're going to solve angle D, then we're going to go back and solve for N. But we can actually solve for C and D right here, because, so if these guys are both 180, so angle D is going to equal 180 minus angle B, which is 95. And that should give you, what am I doing? Yeah, 105. Okay, crazy. Man, mine went blank. So angle D is 105 degrees. So 105 and, wait a minute. That's not right. That's not right. Bad math. Okay. Where'd you get that, bro? Let's do this again. 180, because yeah, minus 90 would be 9, and minus 95, this should be 85. Whew, okay. Phew, man. Long day. 85. Man, I knew that didn't sound right. All right. So angle D is 85. And angle C, so again, if these are 180 and this is 100, this will be 80. And that's how we're going to solve for N also. So angle C, excuse me, is 4N plus 80. And I'm just going to replace it because, not 80, 8. Replace this with 80 because I know those are supplementary. All right, so 80 equals 4N plus 8. Subtract 8 both sides. Got 4N equals 72. Oops. Then we're dividing both sides by 4. And N would be 18. Now, so 4 times 18, that's N plus 8 equals 80. All right. Excuse me. Number 12. So same situation across each other. So they're wanting to know what's the measure of the angle formed at A. So we'll just go A and C. So angle A plus angle C is going to be 180. So that means 4x plus 15 plus 6x plus 5 equal 180. Now, if we got 4x and 6x, and that makes 10x, we got 15 and 5, and that makes 20. They still equal 180. Let's subtract the 20 from both sides. These cancel. 10x is coming down. 180 minus 20 is 160. Now we divide by 10, because again, we want x by itself. 160 divided by 10 makes x 16. So now we plug it in. So angle A equals 4x plus 15. That's 4 times 16 plus 15. 4 times 16 is 64, but yep, just check it in the calculator. 64 plus 15 is 79. So angle A is 79 degrees. Let's move down, 13, 14. So a couple of rules, not on the reference sheet. So I'm going to share these again. I want you to see I'm kind of drawing on the outside, but this angle, so it's the chords that make this angle create this arc. I'm not going to use that color because I'm coming back over here. I want you to see that this angle, it also creates the same arc. I'm going to make the arc green. So you see that we got blue, green here, blue, green, blue, sorry. Orange and blue. That's hard for me to do. I'm an Alabama guy. Anyway, you got those at the same spot. So these two make up this angle. Or they both, the arc is made up of both angles. So a rule, I'm just going to put this here. So it's an inscribed angle. So when it goes all the way through, like this guy, and it's not, and this guy, and it's not a central angle that looks like a piece of pizza, you know, where it's halfway. This angle is congruent to arc when it goes through that. So the angle is 1/2 the arc, or the arc is 2 times the angle when it's an inscribed. Central, they're 1 for 1. They equal each other. So here, they throw this 38 over there to kind of mess with you, but because this is 31 and this arc here is going to be 62, and that makes this angle, so x is going to be 31 because of the rule. The whole thing equals 360, but the 38's over there just to mess with you. All right, 14. They want the values of A and B. Whoops. So notice A's out here. It belongs, so it goes with this arc, which goes with that angle. So if this angle is 34, then A is going to be 2 times 34, which is 68. Because the arc is twice the angle. So arc is twice the angle is half the arc. All right, so over here we have 56. This arc, whoops, goes with this angle. So B over here, let's see, this 100's just out here to mess with you. Yeah, so B is going to be half of 56 because the angle is half the arc, and half of 56 is 28. Okay, hopefully you guys are following that. And we'll just write it. So 28 times 2 is 56. 34 times 2 is, I'll just write it over here, so 68 degrees. So I'll just reiterate. So angle equals 1/2 arc equals 2 times angle. When it's inscribed, it's all the way through there. Okay, down to the bottom here. So number 15, write the equation of the circle, or the equation of the circle is which diagram is right. So first thing you need to know, and this is not on the reference sheet, so equation of the circle is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. So that means this is your radius squared. So if your radius squared is 4, the square root of 4 is 2. All right, and now these, they got a little typo there. So your h is right here, and it's x minus h. So if this is x minus something, that means that point is a positive number. So this is 2, and then because this is plus, so it's x minus k. So in order to make this y plus 4, it would mean that this point would be negative 4, because y minus negative 4 makes it positive 4. So I hope that makes sense. So your center's 2, negative 4. And so 2 is over here and 4 is down. So So 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the point. Now, radius is 2. So 1, 2. See, this goes a lot further than that. So this guy's no good. All right, over here. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So here's the point. And it goes 1, 2. Our radius is 2. So this is it. Look down here. So if we go over 2, try to go down, that's in the wrong spot. And then same here. If you go over 2, you go down 4, you're down here. So this one's no good. All right. Find the measure of angle ABE. So ABE, I'm just going to color it in, is this angle. So a couple of things I want to point out in this problem in particular. So, and this is not just for circles, this is for anything. So see how these lines cross and make an X? Those are vertical angles. And they are, so these are congruent, and then B and down here would be congruent. And that's always. Now this is not just because it's in a circle. So these guys are going to be congruent, and these guys are going to be congruent. And also notice, so if we cover, these two make a linear pair. So they would equal 180. If you do it this way, those equal 180, those two. Anytime, so vertical angles, so I'll do this, these two. So top and bottom, left and right are congruent. And then linear pair, that's when, so straight line, you've got something coming off of it. See, so both of the angles together equal 180. Now that's a little different, but we're right here before the EOC tomorrow, so I'm trying to give you everything I can. So anyway, for these guys, they will be your arches divided by 2. So I'm just going to call this angle 1. So angle 1 is going to, and see, these two are the same. This is going to be the supplement, or 180 minus angle 1 is going to give us B, okay? So for this, it's 65 plus 37, and then we're going to divide it by 2. Well, 65 plus 37 is 102. 102 divided by 2 is 51 degrees. So that makes both of these 51 degrees. Because remember, they're congruent. So because B is supplement to that, it's going to be 180 minus 51, which is 129 degrees. So this is 129. So remember what I said. So straight line, 129 plus 51 makes 180. 129 plus 51 makes 180. $129 plus 51 makes 180, and finally 129. See, it all works, and they're, so vertical angles, when it's an X, they're one right to left is congruent, up and down is congruent, and then when you're dealing with each side of that that's crossed by a straight line, that's 180 degrees, because they cross this line, or these two. This line is these two. Sorry, I know I'm going over and over, just trying to get you guys as prepared as possible. All right, flip it over. So this will finish off the station 4, which is the circle theorem. All right, so these are real quick, both of these. Anytime you have a point outside the circle and two tangents like this, or two tangents that end in the same point, these are congruent. So MG is congruent to GO. Well, OG. So tangent OG is congruent to tangent OMG. So 3x plus 1 is going to equal 6x minus 14. They want the value of x. So we don't have to plug in. We're just finding x. I'm going to subtract 3x because it's smaller. So I got 1 here. 6x minus 3x is 3x. And bring the negative 14 down. So I want him over there. So inverse. Trying to do that 15. I did that earlier and made the video at school, and then it didn't make it home with me. So we're doing this again. All right, so x equals 5. Sorry, the last bit, 1 plus 14 is 15. We got 3x equals 15. Divide both sides. X equals 5. Over here, so you see you have 1, 2, 3. You have a 4-sided figure, so it's 360. 90 plus 90 is 180. Basically, and it says x, y, z, so it's angle W. It's in the middle. We're just writing shorter. Angle W plus angle Y are going to equal 180. And I just draw attention to these two 90-degree angles. 90 plus 90 makes 180. So that, hopefully that helps you remember. So they want to know angle Y. So we're going to add them together, put them equal to 180. All right, so 3x plus 12 plus 5x is going to equal 180. 5x and 3x make 8x plus 12. It still equals 180. I'm going to subtract the 12 because we're trying to get 8x by itself. 180 minus 12 is 168. Then I divide both sides by 8 to get x. 1 second. And x equals 21. All right, so for angle y, we'll plug it in. Angle y was 3x. So 3 times 21 plus 12. So underneath, I'm just going to write angle y equals, as I put this in the calculator. So 3 times 21 plus 12 is 75. So angle y equals 75. At the bottom, all you have is just a little diagram. So remember, a chord is inside the circle, touches both sides. A diameter touches both sides but goes through the middle, through the center. A radius is anything from the middle to the edge. Keep that in mind on the test. If you don't have a radius but you have the center and you have the circle, you can draw a line, or if they give you the coordinates, you can use the distance formula to find a radius. And all radii are congruent. A sector is like if you cut that piece of pizza from the central angle. The arc length would be using circumference to, and remember, circumference is the same as perimeter, but for circle. They're not going to remind you of that. I'm telling you now. So yeah, arc is like this. This is a segment. Tangent touches the circle one side. Hopefully that will help you guys out. Good luck tomorrow. And hope to see you guys after you pass. I got one more video coming. That's the transformations. See you next time.